This is a video from yours truly, Winky Potamus. Why people love hardcore.
Hardcore WoW has been steadily growing over the last 3 years. When you think of hardcore WoW, something like this might come to mind.
No, 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 no.
He used the clip.
After watching something like that, you might find yourself asking, why would anyone want to put themselves through such a painstaking way of playing a game that we all know and love? Thank you for watching. I'm Winky, and today we're going to talk about why people love hardcore WoW.
I like it.
In order to fully
I love it,
understand
actually.
why hundreds of thousands of people are playing this game mode, first we need to understand what exactly it means. For starters, death equals delete. This means if you die, your character must be deleted. Secondly,
Why would people want to play
there's
that?
a myriad of other rules mimicking that of a solo self-found playstyle. This means no mailbox, no
Solo
auction house, no
self-found?
grouping in the open world, and only running each dungeon one time per character.
This is an MMORPG, and you want to play by yourself? God.
In essence, it sounds like a sadistic way to restrict an MMO, but there's so much more to it than that. As a 3-year veteran of this challenge, I'm hoping I can shed some light on why people find themselves getting addicted. Hardcore isn't hard. To be quite honest, hardcore is just not the most difficult challenge.
It
Sure,
is.
you need to learn how to play World of Warcraft a bit more reserved.
Winky, don't shit on my achievement as a hardcore player. I'm a level 60 5-time champion, full tier 2 hardcore player. And you're gonna say that I'm not good at the game? Fuck you, Winky.
But that's something everyone can learn how to do. Usually it only takes a few deaths. Sure, we've seen people leveling completely naked warriors with no potions and no quests. But the difficulty of the challenge is rarely a selling point on why so many people enjoy it. This brings us to the next point. Nostalgia.
Oh my god.
I want you to think back to the first time you ever played World of Warcraft. Before Warcraft logs. Before Wowhead.
Yes.
Before optimal rotations and class guides were on YouTube.
Sure.
It was just you, exploring the open world of Azeroth. Fighting an extra few mobs here and there to chase down a chest.
True.
Getting excited when you approach a vendor you hadn't seen before to see what it has for sale.
Whenever my experience as a kid, I was 9 whenever I first played the game. I literally, my internet was so bad. I remember being in Red Ridge Mountains and going into the Blasted Lands because, okay, we just got to respawn behind us. That's scary. I remember going into the Blasted Lands because it was like a high level zone. It was uncharted territory. And I remember walking as a ghost all the way through Blasted Lands just to see what the zone looked like. So yeah, you definitely like approach the game differently. I was just there to explore. And I was a little kid, so I didn't like go to vendors and play the actual game. I was a wall jumping Andy. I used to try and jump on top of the auction house instead of Stormwind. I used to wall jump at the front of Stormwind. That was really fun.
Picking up crafting professions and making cool new gear for you or your friend.
I'll be a ghost
Saving
as a
up
kid.
all
Yeah.
of your gold to finally purchase the elusive level 40 mount. This world of exploration and paying attention to the little things is what makes hardcore so appealing. You'll find yourself completely immersed the second you create a character. Endgame. I've always said that I hated leveling. After questioning myself 1,000 times about why hardcore made me love what I've always hated, I finally came to a realization. I hated leveling because it was a means to an end. I always just want to be max level so I can join my friends in raids, grind best in slot gear, and do some PvP. Leveling just felt like a time sink that was standing between me and my enjoyment
So
of the
hardcore
game.
makes the leveling relevant, yeah?
This completely changed when I started playing hardcore. I realized that hardcore has created an environment where the end game starts at level 1. It's just you versus Azeroth. That being said, the community has grown so large at this point that there are a plethora of people doing content at level 60 within the hardcore community as well. But for me, the end game will always be the journey. Can you get to 60 without dying?
Ooh, the end game will always be the journey, so the leveling just counts as it. I always was a leveling Andy, bro. The reason I liked hardcore is because it just made the leveling more relevant. I never felt like leveling wasn't the end game for me. That's like what I preferred to do, right? I didn't want to raid log. I didn't do too much at 60. Didn't even really PvP at 60 too much. I just log on and I think people that were altaholics were very end game oriented whenever they leveled. But like Winky said, if you weren't into leveling and didn't necessarily enjoy it right away, it is fun that hardcore makes it a mini game. I always hated leveling. Yeah, it's interesting that
Community.
you came to love it.
The hardcore community started as a complete grassroots movement. It was just Cargos and his character Iron Lad trying to create a fun, challenging, and alternative way to play World of Warcraft. What was never expected was the growth of the community.
True.
We made thousands of friends. We've shared backdrops in guild chat. We've ran dungeons. We've laughed. We've cried.
Based.
Completed runs. We've pressed F for the fallen members and their
The
unfortunate
F spam.
circumstances. What really matters is that we did it together. We've built this community from the ground up with open arms for anyone who wants to give it a shot. From Cargos' Iron Lad 3 years ago to official hardcore servers being announced
It's
coming
crazy.
soon by Blizzard Entertainment. We continue to grow and share the love of the game with each other. And that's ultimately what makes people love hardcore WoW. That being said, this is my personal invitation to you. I will have links posted below this video to the hardcore Discord and the website. If you want to come play, or if you're mildly interested, or if you just want to look at death clips, please join the Discord. We'll love to see you and we'd love to have you there. One last thing, you guys, we just hit 1,000 subscribers
Heyo.
on YouTube. I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much for
That was a
all
good
of
video,
the support
Winky.
you've shown me over the years.
I guess that's why everybody plays hardcore too, or like plays WoW. They like the community aspect of it. I mean, not everybody, but there were some good points. You play for nostalgia. I think why people love hardcore, I think the biggest WoW factor, and this is why I latched onto it in the early days of it starting, was it was what I wanted vanilla to be in 2019. It was what I imagined it. It was what I daydreamed about
I've
vanilla
been
WoW being.
expecting you.
All these years as a kid, sitting in class. Hardcore was that daydream experience, and that's why I've stuck with it for so long. It made the world feel immersive, the leveling. It made it feel like a journey. That's why I've stuck to hardcore. Dude, you can't tell me to look at my DMs whenever I got the display capture pulled up. I almost like leaked hard. Bro, how are you gonna blue balls the chat, Winky, with a leak? Holy cow. No. Oh. Oh. Okay, just know that it's not a leak that you guys care about. I promise you don't care. You can show them. Nah. You should show your community, Winky. Well, everybody should go follow Winky.